Useless.
You fucking useless bag of shite. That's for you, Jono. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Rant and Bollox. We're on episode 19. We're so close.
We should have been on 21.
We should have been 21. We're so close to that big 2-0.
I was going to say we should be sorry that we haven't done one yet. But then that implies that we bring something to people's lives.
And that we care.
People are just like, yeah, and we care.
You know.
We haven't brought out a video. We haven't brought out a podcast.
We've been playing games, doing VR.
We
haven't shared any of that with you because we're selfish bastards.
But we do have lots of good news. That's why it took us a while. Yes. I got good news. Al's got good news.
Yes.
My good news is that I'm finally going to get a new laptop. And Al's got even better good news. Al's good news is he can stop listening to me bitch about not having a crappy laptop.
Exactly, yeah. You're still deciding on what laptop you're going to be getting?
Oh, it's got to be an Apple.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I got to relearn the editing program.
Yeah, you're used to your good old
Final
Cuts and stuff.
Yeah, so it's got to be an Apple.
Someone asked me this morning an iMovie question, and they were like, I want to change the aspect ratio. I'm like, I don't know iMovie.
Yeah.
I know Premiere, I know After Effects, I know a little bit of Final Cut.
Yeah.
But I'm like, iMovie?
I asked him with a guy who does DaVinci Resolve. I don't know if you know that.
That's a good. I downloaded it, but that's a beast.
Yeah, and I'm looking at that, and I was just like, I kind of know what he's getting into. And then like 2 minutes later, I'm like, I have no idea what he's doing.
Yeah.
It was just the timeline's all different, and I was like, forget this.
I looked up the PDF for the manual for that because I was trying to find out how to do something, and it was like thousands and thousands of pages.
Yeah.
I was like, if you were to print it out, it would be one of those it'd be like the yellow pages, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, nope, this is too advanced. I just need to do one thing. Desaturate.
Yeah, desaturate.
Yeah.
Export.
Boom. But yeah, it's been a good couple of weeks for us. Good news all
sunny,
around.
yeah.
And it's been sunny here. It's almost too hot.
We have made stuff. So. We made all those videos for the games.
It just all needs to be released.
It just has to be released.
We've got lots of things brewing, and we're planning a couple of me personally, I'm planning a couple of edits so that I can release weekly without
a break.
Too much effort. And then during those 2 weeks as well, I went to see Hans Zimmer. I was super impressed with him. He did the scores for Wonder Woman. He did
Gladiator,
Dark Knight, Gladiator.
Tide.
Yeah, he did bloody Lion King.
Just name a great movie. He's probably done the music for it. Him and John Williams.
As soon as he came in with Crimson Tide, I was just like, this is going to be amazing. It was like, I think it was better than the CD or you hear it on the movie. It was so good. He was a funny guy as well.
Yeah.
But and then just to go with that as well, he announced that he's doing Blade Runner, which is cool. So he's doing a score
Blade
for that.
Runner 2049.
Yeah. But anything else you want to mention?
I saw a couple of movies.
Oh, you didn't?
You didn't, because you've just given up on cinemas.
I know.
I saw Dunkirk. I saw War of the Planet of the Monkeys.
We're going to have to get your impressions on those. So.
I'll say Dunkirk because I think there's too many spoilers you can give away with the monkey one.
Yeah. Okay.
Whereas Dunkirk, there's not a lot you can spoil in that.
Yeah.
It's history.
Yeah, I guess so.
Looking at a book.
Yeah.
Check a Wikipedia.
It's a good story, that one. So
it is. The way it's put together, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I found a couple of things about that, but we can chat about that later.
And then the other thing was... you made me forget what the other thing was.
That's what I do. I make you forget.
Bitch. Oh, you were playing Battlegrounds. That was it.
Oh, I was. Yeah.
VR. Yeah.
Well, that leads us into gaming, where I actually want to start with gaming first, because you know how we like to mix it up on this podcast.
We have no plans and we're useless.
Yeah, no one really knows because you edit this anyway. So
that's true.
You know. I don't even sound like I do now.
Oh, there is one. That was it. By the time this comes out, we will have started our giveaway for Batman and Superman DVD. Special thanks to everybody.
Yeah.
So if you are listening to this, check out the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
All you got to do is
make sure you make a comment, yeah.
Yeah, leave a comment, put a thumbs up. You don't have to put a thumbs up, but give a thumbs up and leave a comment, and then at the end of the month, we're going to give I think it's two or three of them away.
2 or 3 away. Winner, chicken dinner.
Exactly.
For 2 or 3 people. So, But going into gaming, what have we got? We got Gamescom coming up. Do you know what Gamescom is?
Sounds like someone is trying to take my money.
It is.
By giving me a
I've
fake
got your
copy
wallet.
of Sonic the Hedgehog.
I've got it. I got your wallet right now.
That's that old Gamescom. I thought I was going to get a brand new PlayStation. Box was empty. Gamescom.
Yeah, it's like one of those eBay ads.
Yeah.
Selling a PlayStation. No, an Xbox box. So it's like, what was that? An Xbox box.
I've got a photo of a PlayStation that you can have for $500.
Sure. No, but Gamescom is, and it's not con. It is basically the European version of E3. Remember E3 in June?
Yeah.
So it is August the 22nd, and it's a big deal for Europe, and it's been getting bigger and bigger in the last 5 years. I'd say it's like up there with E3 now. Like we're going to hear a lot more game announcements. Xbox is going to show their new Xbox again, maybe a game or two. Yeah, again.
Look at it. It's still there.
The next
it's
Xbox
cool.
again next.
The Xbox One XX1.
The PlayStation will be there. Bloody hell, Battlegrounds will be there because they've got actually Gamescom like crates and stuff.
Which it's only 6 weeks away or whatever till the release, November.
They are doing end of the year now. They delayed it a little. So,
son of a...
I know.
We were going to have a games night.
I know. They delayed it. However, we might as well go into Battlegrounds because I'm now making money from it. So, the reason being is that they announced these crates.
Oh, you said Battlegrounds. I was getting confused.
What are you thinking?
Battlefront.
Oh, no, Battlefront. Yeah, Battlefront's fine. Battlegrounds is end of the year. Like
I'm just going to call that
December
one Star Wars because that's all it is to me, Star Wars.
Good old Star Wars. Well, you'll have a PlayStation by then.
Battleground Xbox is the one delayed to the end of the year.
No, just Battlegrounds in general. Just
You're playing it right now.
I
played it.
That's early access. So it means it's just a work in progress. It's not done yet.
It's bullshit. I don't understand any of this. Soft opening, hard opening, beta test. If the game is out, the game is out.
This is the way the PC world works, and it's the best. Like, we're testing the game for them. It was only a $30 game. We're like giving it a go. They updated it the other day. The fucking cars have car horns now. You can go doo, doo, which I forgot to try out when I was playing. But so the Gamescom's coming up, and now in the game you can buy when you get credits in games, like in the game.
Yeah.
Sorry, like when you kill someone, you get some credits. So now they've got it. Basically, I got money and I could buy these little crates, and there's costumes in there. So it could be like shorts, or it's like a new cap, or some finger gloves or whatever, finger gloves.
Finger gloves.
Because everyone loves finger gloves. But this special Gamescom crate gives you you have a small percentage of a chance of getting clothing items from the Battle Royale film. So like the suit or the skirt and stuff. But the skirt, if you find a skirt in one of those crates, they're going for $500 right now.
What?
Right now, $500 on Steam Marketplace.
Yeah.
So Steam has its own fucking marketplace, which I didn't even know about. So I bought these crates. I bought 3 of them. Yeah. And I was like, okay, this is going to be good. And then I went onto the marketplace. I can sell these for $3 each. So I've got them on there for $3 each. I'm like, it's my mission. I'm going to make $30. I'm going to pay for the game through the crates. But that's exclusive all the way up to the 27th of August, and then Gamescom's over and the crates disappear. So it's basically like an exclusive little crate system. So that's why they're going for $3, is because people know they're only going to be around for another 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm going to make some money. I'm going to pay for the game, and then actually I'll pay for the game with that, and then when you get, you might get it on Xbox though.
I'll probably get it on Xbox
because I'll gift it to you or something. But that's kind of fun.
I can wear my own skirt and be awesome.
And we had some more fun with that game. You came around a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, playing with your brother.
You killed someone for the first time.
I know, it was awesome.
You'll see it in the edit, which we're just holding back and no one's seeing. But
I'm never playing again. This is it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna Photoshop it so it says number 1. So it looks like I became first. That was the second guy, and I'm going to win it.
Neri has like a lot of trouble, and a lot of newcomers do, noobs, as we like to call them, noobs, with the keyboard and mouse. Yeah. But once you get the hang of it, it's not bad.
The only thing I would have to do is if I was properly playing it, I'd have to change the up-down. I like inverted. I like up is down and down is up.
You're one way or the other. Yeah. Especially
when I'm playing it with that one, it's like up is up. I'm like, fuck, I'm looking at the ceiling when I want to hit the guy.
It's like when you have a magic mouse when you're using your scrolling. How do you scroll on a computer? So right now, what's your thing set up as? So if I scroll up, I go down. I'm basically like an iPhone.
That's the way I do it. If I push up, then it goes down.
I like it because Apple call that natural scroll. It's natural. But like PCs and everyone, it's the other way around.
Yeah, I know. Other people like it where they press down and the thing goes in.
But I love that Apple is just calling it natural. They're like, fuck you, it's natural. But anyway, back to Battlegrounds. You had a lot of fun with that. We had some good footage edited together. You had your first kill. it was tense. That's a tense game.
It is.
It gets to like the last even 30 people, and you're not talking to people. You're not talking to anyone. Yeah. It's like even we've got a podcast. You need to take people through like what you're doing. But we were just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because you're so intent. You've always mentioned it, the audio. Like you're trying to listen for that little shuffle of feet outside the window.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened with me. It was me and Graham were playing, and I could hear some prick right outside the door, and I'm like, Graham, like as if the guy outside could hear me. I was like, there's a guy outside, and then like I went and looked, and I got shot in the head and stuff, and died on a bed and a mattress. It was funny. But
that's what they needed to update the game. Is if you speak, and you have everyone has to have a microphone, and you speak. It's like the vocals are local, to everyone.
Yeah, you can't even shut the. Yeah,
that'd be fucking amazing. So.
It'll get there.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely will. It definitely will.
Because have they implemented that fix where it's not fixed, but where it's all first person?
Yes. So that's the other update. Car horns and vehicle horns, and in first person. So basically, I love to play in first person, like Doom and all that lot. So, but you in the traditional game, and what you'll see in some of the edits from that we've done is that you can play outside the person, basically like Gears of War, I like to say, because everyone knows Gears of War. So, but the disadvantage I don't like about that is you can use the camera to your advantage to peek over a wall and see if someone's there. So now they brought it out so it's first person only. That's a choice. You can go back to the other one, but I love it because I'm finding a lot more often I'm in a village and someone's running across, and I'm like, they would have seen me, or they would have like been shooting at me.
Yeah, they would have been able to twist just
but
enough.
They have no idea I'm there because we're all playing in a level field and stuff. So it's super fun doing it that way. So
the game definitely has to be tweaked to make sure everybody's on the level playing field.
Yeah, I think so. I don't even know why they introduced the behind the character, but it's nice to have the option if people want to play that way. And then the last thing with that game is it's just gone berserk. It's gone absolutely berserk. I think it's in 6 million now, and it's overtaken because it's only on Steam, so it's overtaken on Steam for the amount of players that are playing right now. It's on at one time it reached 540,000 all at one time, and it overtook Fallout 4 and GTA 5, Grand Theft Auto 5. So the only two games above it are Steam games from Valve themselves. There's Counter-Strike, which is just super popular, and another one called Dota, which is like a MMO kind of strategy game.
Right.
So those two games are the only two games above it. Everything else on Steam, like it's above Steam, and it's just like kicking. And it's like this indie game.
It's just a little indie
came
game.
Out 4 months ago, and the guys are just like fucking laughing. But it's awesome. It's the only game I've been playing, and I think I must be close to like 50 hours now.
Yeah,
I love it. So, but what else we got on the thing? We got PlayStation 4 is sold 63 million consoles, so they're doing tremendously.
Yeah.
And I just brought some stats in. I thought it'd be fun because we're geeks of what other consoles have sold. So in its lifetime, the PlayStation 2 is the top console with 155 million, but the PlayStation 2 came out a long time ago.
Yeah.
So this one is on track. It's ahead of track for beating it. You've got like. What is it? The Wii sold 101 units, but the Wii's came out, a while ago as well. So this is on 63, and it's only been out for, I think, 4 years. So it's like on track to beat the Wii, beat the Nintendo DS and stuff, and go up there of the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
So I just thought those were great stats, but PlayStation's where it's at, and hopefully Xbox maybe at Gamescom in November kind of
drop the price a little bit.
Do something. Get some 4K Halo going.
Yeah.
So
they didn't show they didn't show much at whatever it was, E3.
No, it was more the console. I think Gamescom's going to be good. I think it's just going to be games. And they're going to show off on these 4K TVs, which it sounds like you're getting one of those.
I hope so.
You're going to see these games in all its glory. Yeah. So
throw the controller at it. Damn you!
And the last part of here, which leads into my tech, is just VR in general, because we're a VR podcast.
We're the VR podcast.
Someone has modded Alien Isolation. So we played, and you saw our reaction of Lear, playing it. Now, that was a hack to get that working. And it was cool. It was scary. Yeah. But there was 2 minor things. We couldn't see our little bleeper in the corner because it was cutting the screen off. The tracker, yeah. And then also we kind of looked like, we felt like we were Gandalf, like we were a bit taller. Yeah. So it kind of was a bit off-putting. Some guy is just like, he loves Alien Isolation. He's got a VR headset. He loves it. He's modded it. We'll put a link in our description because it's like it needs it.
Yeah.
He needs some props because he's made it work like just perfectly. You can play the whole single player. You can play just the survival like we were.
Yeah.
So I think we need to revisit that, and I'm thinking we revisit that with Covenant commentary, and we release that as a series.
Yeah, that'd be
because
nice.
People have been playing it as it's meant to be played, and they're saying by far the scariest VR. Some people have been ripping helmets off, just saying this is ridiculous. So we've got to play it properly with the tracker, because as soon as you hear the tracker, you're like, diddy,
yeah,
holy shit!
Instead of just hearing that thumps as it's too close. And
in a way,
dead already.
In a way, maybe we were playing it even more scary because we were like, I don't have a bloody tracker. I hear it beep, but I don't see it.
Yeah.
So that's going to be pretty sweet. And then just in general, I know we had some VR times. We played a game called Gorn. You played a game called Archangel, and we also played another scary one, Face Your Fears. Again, you'll see all the footage. And Lone Echo, Echo Arena. We were playing
Echo
multiplayer.
Arena.
Yeah. But I think out of all of those, for me, and you'll see the videos, but Gorn is this it's a gladiator with these fucking weird guys that can't walk properly.
Yeah, these super bulky, giant, muscly guys with teeny little legs.
But it brought something out in us. Like, we were smashing. There was a couple of points where I thought the TV was going to go.
Yeah.
I thought Neri was going to just smash through the TV.
Swing for it.
And
you get exhausted playing that game.
I know. I've noticed, because I've been editing the footage, you can hear us and we're like... I'm like, okay, it's genuine. You know? Yeah. So,
and that's another really simple bloody... idea. It's just fight.
You're in an arena, someone's coming towards you. All right, mate, come on.
And the more you fight, the more weapons you get. You can fight with different weapons and stuff.
Totally.
And the physics is pretty good in it. So once you hit somebody, you're like, yes, I killed him.
It's satisfying because it's all the physics. Like, you can swing the mace around, or the ball and chain, sorry, and then you have to smash their armor off. And then they hit you, and you're like, "Come on, mate!"
Yeah,
and it just brings out the dark side.
There's no time limit. There's no health bar.
Yeah,
there's nothing. You're just like,
you
get a little bit of like a daze,
blurriness,
a blur when you got
as you would, with a mace in the face,
and then all of a sudden it's just black.
So we have been busy. We have been doing lots of things. We just haven't been sharing it.
Yeah, we just don't share. We care, but we don't share.
So we'll make sure we get on that. But Gamescom's coming up soon, so we'll have lots of coverage there. Perhaps we'll do like a bit of a feed or a live feed or something. We'll see how.
Yeah,
if
we can get around.
So yeah.
And then never release it.
And we'll never ever release it. And then some tech. What we got tech-wise going on here?
I got tech.
All right. Bring on some tech. I've got a good tech Bollox question I'm anxious to get to. So.
There's a bunch of tech I have. The first is with our old friend Apple. Apple have discontinued the Nano and the Shuffle.
That's right, yeah. We were talking about that. Yeah.
And then there's a lot in this tech that I've noticed has been everything we've been talking about for like 6 months now.
Yeah.
And what the other thing was with cameras... The Red cameras.
Yeah.
The Red Raven is now on sale on apple.com.
Is that the Red phone that you were talking about?
No, this is a camera.
Else? Oh, okay.
But it's the first time a Red camera has been available anywhere other than Red.
Oh, okay.
So now maybe Apple are going to buy Red.
Interesting.
That's what it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Why have Apple just all of a sudden decided to put a 4K cinema camera up?
Oh, okay.
Maybe they're buying Red.
Yeah,
that phone, it's coming out in January.
Okay,
The hydrogen, Red hydrogen.
Interested to see that because I was talking to a friend today actually, and he was like, "Oh, you're going to get the new iPhone?" I'm like, "The only thing that interests me on it is the camera now. Yeah. It's like the camera is my most used app. When you're taking your photos, you're on holiday, you want to make sure you're shooting in 4K, 60 frames like these Red cameras and whatnot. So that's the thing that would make me upgrade, not the screen resolution.
That's
not
what I'm looking at my new phone.
Yeah. So,
because I was asking you, like, the Pixel phone, the Google Pixel, what's that?
Which is a great phone, yeah.
I was like, all I do is text and take photos.
Yeah. That's got a great camera, and it's not bogged down with all like the Samsung. Like we're giving you Samsung.
But this hydrogen looks so pretty solid.
Competition's good, man.
And the cameras, they've released the previews for people to see. So it's bigger than an iPhone.
Okay.
It's thicker. It's wider.
Okay.
But it's modular, so on the back of it you can put on a lens.
Oh, that's
and all
cool.
that.
That's good.
But they still haven't released the specs on what the bloody lens is,
Yeah.
or the sensor.
Okay, they better get on that. So.
But like the rumors are that this is, I think it's like $1,500.
Yeah.
For just the thing,
Goodness
and then it's modular from there.
If the camera's good enough, it could get that.
People are saying it might break the DSLR market. So you know the Canons and the Nikons.
Yeah.
Like the sensor could be as good.
Interesting.
As one of them.
Yeah,
because that's what Red do. Red make 8K cameras.
Yeah, it's a bit like with GoPro when they brought out like their small little. They could take footage at like 2K in this tiny little camera. It was like a lot of people are like, "Well, I don't need to buy a video camera now and bring it on the boat with me. I'll just get this thing, and the lens on it is excellent." You know.
Well, we were only talking about that today. The new GoPro 5 is waterproof.
Yeah,
you don't even need a case anymore. For it. They've built them waterproof. With the same quality 4K.
It's bloody nuts.
It's crazy.
There's a river somewhere. Well, there's lots of rivers, but there was a video online I was looking at, and this diver was diving down in popular locations, and he was just picking up GoPros because people drop them.
Right.
And he literally found like 4 GoPros, and he was like, "Oh, this is lovely."
Yeah.
And then technically, I guess he could check out the footage and see who they are, but he's just like, "Yeah, I go down here like once every couple of months and make about $2,000." So it's kind of funny. That was Got any other?
I do.
Tech stuff.
I need you to try and help me understand this. This is for all our listeners. You can all try and shout if you know the answer to this.
Help me understand.
Help me, I'm sad. This is... What was that?
That was just a short break.
Tell me what this means, and you win $1,000 or whatever. It's not real money. Don't write it. We're not giving you money.
Monopoly money.
I can, I, everything else. Balls have 0 to me.
Was that a text I sent you or something?
This is, I'd say people have probably heard about this. This is about a week ago. This came out from the Facebook Artificial Intelligence Research Fair.
Yeah.
That was code that the 2 AI machines were using to talk to each other.
Right.
So the way it works is that they had the 2 machines designed to speak English.
Okay.
So the 2 of them were supposed to talk to each other and go, "How are you doing today? I'm doing fine." And then once they had to input programming, they would be able to work with it.
Yeah.
Because I guess the overall idea for artificial intelligence is it will replace phone service and helplines, chat lines on. So you don't have to actually talk to a real person or some guy in India who got outsourced the job. So they want to build it so all these machines can speak English.
Okay.
And then you can just input code or input commands in English. But the machines are learning machines.
Right.
And what happened is that they started to learn that English is a stupid language, which has far too many problems in it. So it started to create its own way of talking using English words.
Oh, God.
So that 2 sentences, I can, I, everything else. Balls have 0 to me. That was them creating a way of talking to each other.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
And then the researchers found this and they realized, shit.
Cybernet.
Yeah, that was basically it. They shut down the program. They turned it off. And now what they're saying is they turned it off because what they want is they want it to understand English.
Right.
But what people have been discussing is the fact that we caught it this time. But if it had gone too far, it might have gone to the point where they're creating a code that we do not understand.
We don't understand, and they're already... It's like blooming... not Jarvis, but, from Avengers 2.
Yeah, Ultron.
Ultron. So.
Well, that was the one thing. It was just this system is at the most infant stage, and it's already not listening to us. And not even not listening to us. It's doing things better in its own way.
Yeah. We didn't ask it to do that.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, we're going to blah, blah, blah.
And we're like, oh, we have to use English and it has to make sense to us. And the machine's like, English is stupid. We're going to change it.
Yeah. Let's do it this way. It's quicker, more efficient. boom, we got it done.
Yeah. So that was one thing. It was the Facebook research on AI.
Yeah.
It was just like, God damn it.
The
machines are coming to get us.
We've been talking about it, man.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it.
But here's the other thing we've been talking about, which is also scary.
Yeah.
And it'll, current world events, it makes sense to talk about US and Korea.
Yeah.
But there's the US and South Korea.
Right.
A bunch of scientists from both of them have successfully removed a faulty piece of DNA from an embryo.
Oh.
So they went and they got an embryo.
Yeah.
And they took a cell out that was bad.
Yeah.
So they found out a way of doing it.
Yeah.
I think it's successful 75% of the time now.
Yeah.
But the fact is they could do it. And it was, I have it here. Yeah, it's a heart disorder that affects 1 in 500 people.
Oh, man.
And it has a 50-50 chance of being passed on.
Ooh.
So now they can get rid of it.
They can get rid of it.
It's gone. And now everybody's talking about the fact that, that's a single cell mutation. We can get rid of every single cell mutation, of which there's like 10,000. So now we are in the stage of being able to change our children.
Right.
To be perfectly flawless.
Which is basically...
Or at least you can get rid of 1 in 10,000 genetic disorders.
Yeah.
And it's not a perfect system yet, but... It's still
close. Pay for it
75% success rate.
Yeah.
And then it's eventually going to get 100%.
It's going to get to like our podcast. Our podcasts always get to, what we're talking about. Die. It's funny you say that because
those are two things. We've had AI that now talks to itself.
Yeah.
And now we're at the point where we can make perfect kids.
Well, here we go, because on my list was Tesla. And they're coming out in September with a self-driving truck.
Really?
So it's our bloody... trucks, remember where they're driving along the road? And it's like, do we go off the road?
And sitting in the truck is a perfect human with no genetic flaws.
Yeah. Or do
talking to a machine.
Ram into the side and kill the family in the other car, but however less people die.
But they've got more mutations in them, so we'll kill them. Horrible genes.
It's nuts. And then you got like Nissan. So Nissan have got like the Nissan Leaf coming out. So they're Nissan Leaf is just like an electric.
Is that the hydrogen one?
It's not the hydrogen one, but it's just competing with the Tesla cars, and they're trying to underprice them and stuff like that. So the war on the car and the electric car has started fully, and then Nissan have got their own like little self-driving system going on. I just love that it's all coming into play now.
Really fast.
Really fast. But when I read about the truck stuff, like Tesla, a self-driving truck, I was just like, this is another podcast,
Yeah.
And then you just mentioned that one, and then
now we got genes, AI.
It's all like we're predicting the future here.
Yeah,
it's happening. What else? The other one I had was just IKEA. IKEA, they're in UK, are selling. You can buy solar panels and batteries.
Cool.
Now, which is awesome. I friggin' love that. I hope they do that in Canada really soon. But you can get these solar panels
where they have sunshine,
and you can where they have sunshine. Yeah, Ireland and England, not so much. They're
like, we can sell this. It's not going to cost us anything. Yeah, we're never going to sell any of them.
It's like the shelves. The 2 weeks of sun. Like, get your panels out. But the batteries store it, so you could use it at any time.
Yeah.
So it's not just like it evaporates away kind of thing. So I think that's friggin' awesome. And then the other thing IKEA are doing is, my Hue lights. I've got Hue lights. So basically you change the color.
You change the color
but you can do it from your phone and everything. So IKEA, they're all doing LED lights, and all their lights now are going to be, you can control from your phone, from Google Home or Apple's stuff. So it's all going to integrate with that, which is great because their light bulbs are pretty damn cheap. So, and they're all LED and energy efficient. So, it's like it's all home automation, but
which we also talked about.
The light bulbs in my house are one of the best things I've bought. Like I love that you can change the color, but I love that you can.
It means you don't walk into walls anymore. You know where shit is.
Well, you can do so many. It sounds so lazy, and it kind of is. But you can do like if I walk away from the house, they'll turn off just in case you forget. Or you can have them in the morning gradually turn on. So you can say like at 5 o'clock in the morning, turn on, but go to 100% at 6.
Yeah.
So then you can have that, and then you can set your alarm.
That's sunrise effect.
Basically, the sunrise. We're lazy fucks, but they're selling all of that stuff, so which is great. Good for them.
Change is coming. Let's hope the world doesn't end.
Sponsored by IKEA. That was pretty much tech stuff going down. On to the text bollocks.
Yeah, you got the question this week.
Text bollocks.
Text bollocks.
Text bollocks. I got a quick question. I don't even know what the hell that was. I was trying to do something there. So it's kind of going into the VR world.
Okay.
And it's the, do you think we'll end up, and this is like way in the future, a bit like your Mars thing, do you think we'll end up like Ready Player One, where VR, I know not exactly like that movie, but along the lines of people are just going into VR because it's a better world in there than it is here, you know, like, so just in terms of, the reason why I bring it up is because obviously we love our VR. The trailer came out a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, in the future we're going to get overpopulated. I don't know if we're going to go to Mars or wherever, and then VR headsets are so popular and eventually going to get better and better and better. Because what brought me onto that question as well was like, can you imagine when you're playing Grand Theft Auto, like photorealistic in VR? You're not really going to want to take it off, you know? And then you got your avatars, and I guess there's going to have to be a way of feeding yourself. And I'm sure there's going to be like systems where
you just pay somebody to come to your house and put mush in your mouth.
Mush in you. But do you see VR being like super addictive for the human race? Like way in the future? Or
the thing with VR to me is that when we play games now, they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So they are a distraction. So it's really easy to see VR going that route. But the thing with VR is it's so conducive to doing other things than just playing a game. Yeah. Like you can learn in VR. Yeah. You can't learn it on a PlayStation. Like PlayStation is designed for gaming. Sure. Yeah. But you know, VR you can
get over your fears.
VR isn't for gaming. Just like movies aren't for comedies.
True. Yeah.
You can make any type of movie.
Yeah.
And you can make a documentary, you can make anything. Yeah. And just that's the movie. I think it's the same with VRs. You see that now with what was that Tribeca Film Festival? They had films in VR. And then the kind of stuff we play in VR, we play games, but then there's also the experiences, the ones where you're not playing, you're just kind of like watching a game or a movie thing happen, like that Face Your Fears one. Yeah. You're just kind of living the thing. But then there's also the drawing one we have, and then there's the what was that thing? The planets, like you could go around the solar system.
Oh yeah, learn the solar system. Yeah.
I think it's going to turn into a learning system as much as it is an entertainment system. Yeah. I think both sides of it are going to
kind of merge.
Yeah. I don't see one side taking over the other.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm basically saying it is an escape. Do you see people escaping?
Yeah, I can see it being an escape. It's just I think it won't be as harsh.
When do you think?
Because you're also going to have to learn through it. Like schools are going to bring it in and be like, okay,
for sure.
We're going to do our chemistry today, and instead of giving the kids actual chemicals, you just like put your helmets on and
this is what happens when you do this big explosion. Don't do that.
Yeah, and
whatever.
You reach and you pick up. It's all the exact same. And like you said, photo real.
When do you think? And I'm not saying we'll get there ourselves, but you'll spend more time. It's going to happen. Someone's going to spend more time in VR than they do in real life, like in like the regular world. You know, that's going to eventually happen. There's going to be some kind of crossover, and it's like, oh, I want to go back to, and it could be, I want to go back to that bar because it's on top of that moon, which is overlooking like, and everyone.
And the other thing is, just quickly, is when we talk about VR, now it's like a headset.
Oh,
it used to be a giant headset.
It's going to be
now it's a little headset. Yeah, and eventually it's just going to be a pair of glasses.
Well, that's one thing I wanted to mention was that there's Google drawing tilt brush, and that's super fun. The drawing one, that's actually really, really fun. Now, the only reason why I don't stay in that longer is, well, first of all, is because I force myself, like I can't stay in here because it's like too. But it's because of the headset. It's a bit clunky. It's a bit big. It is heavy. But that's going to get lighter. Yeah. It's going to become wireless, contacts and stuff. And when that does, and it doesn't weigh down on you, the only thing you have to think about is, to be honest, food. And
taking a shit
and taking a shit, really. So I don't know how they're going to handle those things. I'm sure there's going to be like someone's going to have like a drink thing on their head and a food thing or whatever, but I just found it really interesting. We love
it's definitely going to be the same as it is now in the sense, but to the extreme. Like we go on and on about VR, but that's because games are better in VR. The games themselves are not better. Like you can't beat a Wipeout or a Mortal Kombat because that's fun to play, but whatever game is in VR is much more fun to play, even though it's not the same level. Like that Batman Arkham one, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And I was like, if they could make the whole Arkham game like this, I'd never leave.
Yeah.
I'd be in real trouble.
That's the whole thing. Real friggin' trouble.
So the extreme is that like people who are addicted to games now or have like way too many hours on games.
Yeah.
It's going to get worse in VR.
Yeah, I think so. And I do honestly 100%, again, we're predicting things here.
Yeah.
It's going to become an issue, and there's going to be regulations, and there's going to be like for I guess schools. But yes, it will be used as a learning tool, and maybe you'll go 2 hours in there for a lesson, and that's like your lesson for the day or something for chemistry.
Or
but then you'll go into a virtual classroom.
Okay, guys, let's go check out a couple of volcanoes up in Iceland. And you're like, yeah. And then they're up there and they're in like helicopters and they're standing beside the volcano, and you're like, God damn.
You're going to have like, right now when we Skype into like meetings and stuff, like NASA, if they're going to do like a meeting, they'll go and do a virtual reality meeting.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to see the full person, their reactions, and they're going to be explaining like, this is what we're doing, and we're, this is how we're going to get to Mars. Yeah. But they're going to do it all in virtual reality.
That's the thing, because if it's the glasses, the contacts, then that connects you to the AR realm and the hologram realm.
Yeah.
So
there's so many dots that will connect it all together. Right now, it seems like I don't see it. It's like these big headsets. But
I have a phone and I have a headset. And
here's another thing,
but it'll all be one thing.
Yeah, here's another thing. It's a small little update happened on Oculus recently, where you can run everyone's apps, third-party apps, Steam games, demos. You can put them all inside the apartment, which is like basically Oculus Home is your apartment. So before that, if you wanted to load up like a game from Steam, or say someone like we made our own little VR application, you'd have to take the headset off, double click on it, put the headset back on. But now Oculus have made it so that you can add it all to your apartment. So you never have to take your headset off. And that's actually a huge deal, because that happened the other day, and I added Gorn and I added all these games to it. And I realized, fuck, I don't have to take this headset off. Like, I don't need to take it off.
If you get a message.
The only time I need to take it off is when I'm done, finished with it. So that's just another step towards this VR world. And I think a lot of people will use it for escaping as well. Like, unfortunately, people get bullied and people are depressed, and people will go to VR to, fix that. It will become an addiction like smoking and like drugs.
But it's also like, you'll have a VR helmet, and then instead of having a webcam, you'll have a VR cam.
Yeah.
So when you're Skyping with somebody, you're kind of sitting in the room like we are now.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're like, if I want to talk to my family back home or whatever, it's much more of a like, I can look around the whole room and see who's there, and there's someone sitting in that chair and stuff.
Yeah, because the tech right now, they've got cameras on the front inside of VR looking at your eyes, and they've also got cameras looking at your face. And say if you've got the cameras from the VR cameras that track you in the room, so they've got technology right now that are tracking your face. So if you smile or if you frown, it will make you smile or frown in the game. Yeah. So things like that. And then we know they're coming out with VR gloves, so you're going to be able to pick things up, and you're going to be able to move individual fingers. Lone Echo, they've got the body now. Like,
you can
fair
see
enough,
the legs.
You can't move the legs, but you can see them. That's another.
But eventually, the sensors will pick up the leg movements.
Yeah. So then I tell you, let's do a podcast over Skype. We occasionally do them over Skype. We'll do it in VR Skype, because half the reason why we like doing it in the room is because we can banter with each other in the room.
Well, one of the things on this topic of the getting lost inside the machine is, we've talked before about, is there aliens?
Yeah.
And we went on about the theory of why we've never contacted our way.
Yeah.
One of the reasons people have come up with to solve the idea of the Fermi paradox, you can check it out, is that when a society gets to a certain stage of development, like we're at, they make something like VR.
Right.
And everyone just gets lost in it. And then maybe we'll build a team of robots to feed us and clean up our shit.
Matrix then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But if you're in a machine that you can forever have whatever experience you want, why leave the machine? So it's the idea that a society who looked like they were going out, like we've hit Mars and we've hit, I think, Jupiter, and we have Voyager 1 and 2 out there. It looks like we're going to go out to space, and then eventually we hit this point of like, that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll just stay here.
Yeah.
And then the society just goes in on itself, and it no longer expands.
Yeah.
Because you're born, you have the helmet, teaches you anything you need to know, and then whatever you want to do, you can do.
Yeah.
So I think it's called the experience machine. It's this thought experiment of, if you can create a machine that will give you the experience of whatever you need it to, why would you ever need to go and do the experience? Because if I want to abseil down the CN Tower, I could do it in real life and die, or I can just do it in this machine where I'm perfectly safe, but I'll still feel
You'll still have
everything.
That whole feeling of doing it,
Because that's where I think it goes a little bit less from VR into full-on implant to your head.
Yeah.
It's giving you that feedback of like, oh, I'm cold, and then when you take it off, you're still in whatever room you're in, but you remember every sensation you've ever had.
Yeah, that's
so you're like, I was driving that car, and when I took that corner, I got the G-force, and I was just holding that wheel so tight.
Yeah.
And you're like, you never left your room.
I know. There's people that test drive tracks in VR, and then they do the track in real life. So there's race drivers that do that. I've got people on roller coasters in VR, put them on a chair, and I move the chair, and then we've got fans. So when they go down, like the steep bit, we've blown a fan on them, but we also push the chair forward. So those little emotions, like you said, it will be an implant thing to it, but that it all adds to the experience. But we're taking baby steps where we're getting there closer and closer, and it
gets scary to the point of like, is there a reason you would want to leave VR if you didn't have to?
And there's definitely a lot of people out there that wouldn't.
It's like, oh no, I'd love to go out and see the world. It's like, you can see the world.
Yeah.
You can see all the world.
I can go to Japan. I can go to Japan right now.
Yeah. You can go everywhere for free.
Yeah.
Safely and easily.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that would maybe distract people is the idea of fear or being hurt or whatever. But at the same time, if you've got a whole generation growing up with this, none of them will be like, I want to go bungee jump for real.
Yeah.
They're like, I'll just bungee jump in this game and it's fine.
Yeah.
I have all the experience of it. I
cheaper
feel
and safer.
Yeah.
So then you get into also human interaction and things like that, which will play a whole other role. Like, I've never experienced porn in VR, but I know that's supposed to be a massive thing.
Well, the other thing on that front of like, why would you leave it? It's just generally the reason always comes down to just being honest and genuine. Yeah. It's like, well, you didn't really climb Everest. It's like, but I was in VR for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I had to like move, and I had to and I could feel the cold, and it was chilly, and I had to get in a tent every night, and it's like full on experience. It's like, you didn't really climb Everest. It's like, does it matter if I climbed it or not?
As long as your mind, and you know that you were there in your mind, and with the visuals. No, you didn't. Well, technically, you physically did because you were moving your legs. But it's
I think what we're actually getting towards is a question of what is the point of being human? Because if we could create a solar panel, perfectly sustainable world where we didn't waste anything, and then all our food was grown in labs, and then it was fed to us by robots, and we never had to work, and we weren't damaging the world anymore. There was no more pollution, which isn't impossible. We can get there. But if you got to that point where humanity is no longer a threat, and now we have these machines that let us do whatever we want, would we still have the need to actually do anything in the real world?
I don't know.
Would we as a species be like, do we really want to send people into space? Do we really want to risk our children to go out there?
I think everyone's always going to like pioneer for something or like reach for something, but there's going to be a lack of motivation to do things for sure. Yeah.
Like, it comes down to what's our driving. Everyone's different. There will always be a few outliers that'll do whatever. But what's the driving thing that makes us make phones, make cars, make planes? Is that we keep wanting to explore and create and discover? Or is it the kind of, we just want to get to the point where we don't have to anymore?
No, I think
we're
think
perfectly fine to just sit back and be like,
I think everyone's
I'm going to race. I'm going to play Wipeout for real.
I think everyone's different, but I think people, you've got to fall to learn, and I think people, and those little things, mistakes, making mistakes to get there is fine. I don't think the majority of people, I think they're going towards a goal, and then they'll find another one, and then they'll find another one. I don't think they're going to go to like a perfect world and be like, all right, now I'm going to just sit down.
But
back
is
it
a perfect world? Like, is it a goal? Like, what if your goal was to learn to?
There's never a perfect world though, because people always fucking complain, as we know.
But it's more the material world versus the experience world. Like you said, you have a goal. What's your goal? I want to be a race car driver. Well, you can't be a race car driver. You're 34 years old. You can't. It's like, but I can do it in the game.
You can do it in the game, yeah.
I can do it in the game where I'm still going to have to take 6 months. I'm still going to have to practice. Like, it's not something where you can just implant into your head that you're a race car driver.
Yeah, yeah.
But I can give you the Silverstone track.
Yeah.
And I can give you an F1 car that has all the physics completely perfect. And you can practice until you can drive that damn car.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I'll take that.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Like, you can put in as much effort into the game as you would in the real world.
Yeah.
It's just like you said, it's that crossover point of, can you do it and still feed yourself?
Yeah. Well, and if you can go as far as, like, we can give you this real car and you're going to, the implants, you're going to feel the cold, the heat. I think if they've got that tech, they must have some kind of tech. They'll just put you on a drip.
You just go straight in, saline drips for everybody.
But yeah, it's scary where it will go, but also super exciting. I think it's exciting for us, not so. No, exciting for us because we're seeing the beginning of it. Like, it's funny because we didn't see the beginning. Our dad saw like Pong, in those early games or whatever, or before that, whatever the first game was, and they were like, oh, computer games, and now we're experiencing those things in a virtual reality. But what they saw in Pong, like, it's super basic. Like, that's what we're seeing in VR.
I think we are the first ones to see human-computer connections.
Yeah.
Like, Pong would be, you just press a button and do it. Kind of, it's like a board game.
Yeah.
Even Nintendo, Sega, they're cool, but they're lights on a screen. Now that we're putting helmets on and you're physically interacting with the world, I think that's the first crossover. Yeah. Like Lawnmower Man.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just kind of hitting, we're the first generation that have ever interacted with something that is not real. Like, TV is real and a computer is real and it's still separate from you. Yeah. But like VR, you physically put the helmet on and it's on your eyes and it's messing with your vision. Yeah. Because that's the thing we always go into. You can watch it on the screen, the TV, and it just looks flat and it looks like a game. Yeah. Then when you put it on, you're getting all the depth. You're getting all this thing.
100%,
yeah. Like, I think we're right at the birth of something that could be pretty crazy. Yeah. Could change the whole society.
I think it will. I really do. But in baby steps, and it might take 50 years to get there. Yeah. Smaller headsets and wider viewer vision and stuff like that, field of vision. But
or 5 years, who knows?
So, we predict things on here. So the original question, do we think we'll end up like Player One, Ready Player One? I don't think the whole world will, but I reckon there'll be parts. There'll be people that will be living in VR. Certainly there will be people living in VR longer than they do with it off.
I definitely think there'll be a whole, just like you with your crates. Yeah. There will be a whole subculture, not even like subculture, like a few of them. There'll be thousands and thousands.
We got internet casts right
people
now.
People who have a job in VR.
Yeah. That's another whole thing, yeah. And you'll be video conferencing, or you might be twitching the whole time in it. Yeah. But
you're a teacher.
Your Twitch room, where you're playing a game, is your room, and you've got everyone else sitting in the room with you, like a cinema almost, looking at your big screen or something. You're on a football field playing, but then everyone in the stadium, because you're a massive Twitch user, is literally someone in the stadium, and then they're all like, just it's the possibilities.
Well, that's the other crazy thing of VR is, like you said, just when you said someone sitting with you and you're playing Twitch, is that you could have 10,000 people in that seat. Yeah. It's just, as long as you cycle. But it's just one.
Yeah. For them, you can make it a nice personal room. There could be 10,000 people listening to us now. Yeah. But it's just you and I in a room. But,
and they're sitting right there.
And they're sitting right there. Yeah.
But that's happening for 10,000 people at once. Yeah. And it's as long as there's no interaction expected. Yeah. But there's like, I'm in the room and I'm watching him do this and that. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a weird system. This, like, what do you do for work? I'm a VR. Yeah. What's that mean? It's like I put on a VR and I go in there and I teach these kids all these lessons and then make some money.
If we ever get another Oculus, we'll do a VR podcast, and it will be we'll go into a room and we'll do the podcast in it. That'll be hilarious.
That would be sweet.
Because there's bound to be like I know there's like apartments you can walk around in VR, so there's bound to be like a multiplayer one, and we'll just go to an apartment, and then we'll just sit down and just chat in VR.
That's a good one. I don't know if that's scarier or not than the bloody AI taking over the world. Because then it's just us sitting around playing VR.
I know.
They seem happy.
Technically, we'll be in there the longest, because our podcasts are usually like 3 hours. So.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was interesting because we've been doing.
Yeah, it was.
We play a lot of it, and it's the future.
So for the people out there listening, if you got any thoughts on if VR is going to take over our lives, let us know. Yeah,
and if you've got a headset, even if it's the mobile headsets, what's your view on it? Have you got any killer apps that you like to play? Let us know. If you want us to review a certain game, like we really want to play the Star Trek one,
the bridge
crew. We're just waiting for it to maybe go on sale because there's so many games for like $60-$70 that we want. But
it's too many games.
Too many games. Good old movies.
Let's go into movies.
We've got Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It's out. I've been looking forward to that for so bloody long. So we're going to have to do a commentary soon on that.
We have to do that, and we have to do Covenant.
Covenant will be paired up with the good old
bloody Covenant
Isolation. But
Covenant's out on DVD, isn't it?
Covenant's out on DVD, and I hear did mention it.
Scenes.
Yeah, there's quite a lot. So we've got to watch that. We've got to watch that.
Stupid damn.
And then Guardians of the Galaxy 2 just. I don't know if it's got delete. I know it's got bloopers. And then, did you see this like David Hasselhoff video going around on there?
Yeah, Marvel released the full.
That was pretty awesome. So I'm looking forward to just watching it again. I'll wait until the commentary so it's nice and fresh again.
Yeah.
So because
we'll do it soon though. We'll do it soon.
Yeah. What else? There could be another 2 James Bonds with our friend Daniel Craig.
Well, as far as I knew, he had 2 more on the contract.
Really? Oh, I thought he was done after the last one.
He said he was done.
Yeah.
But his contract was 2 more.
Ah, okay.
But it was kind of the point where, like, he doesn't want to do it. Don't make him do it.
Here's a question. Do you want to see him do more? Or would you want to see, like, an Idris or just someone new? Tom Hiddleston or something?
I don't know what they're going to do with Craig because I liked... Casino Royale, and then the next one was kind of crap, and then
Consummate Solace.
I like Skyfall, even though it's stupid.
Yeah,
I liked it just because it's stupid. I think that's why it's like it's like Fast and Furious. I don't think when I watch it, like I don't care.
Okay,
it looks nice.
Yeah,
but then the latest one, Spectre.
Yeah,
didn't like it.
No, Spectre was boring.
Yeah.
It was just boring for me.
Spectre was boring and annoying because it was all like, "Oh, but I'm your brother, James. Remember when my dad?" I was like. Who gives a shit? That's not James Bond. He's a spy who fights bad guys.
And they had what's your name as the bad guy in it, and it could have been
Christoph Waltz.
So much potential there. As soon as I knew he was going to be the bad guy, I'm like, this is going to be one.
And they just did a Star Trek too. It's like, oh, he's not Blofeld. Yeah, no, he is. He's Blofeld. It's like what? Spoiler alert. Fuck it. It's shit because it's a shit reveal and it does nothing. And I was like, can't believe. People are getting paid to write this shit.
I know. It's upsetting.
It's like...
You're upsetting us.
It's like, it's not Blofeld. It's not Blofeld. Oh, it's Blofeld. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
At least Dave Bautista was in that one. He was all right.
Oh, he was, wasn't he? Yeah.
But like, they kind of made it so he's like, James Bond is sad and... another spoiler, his girlfriend died.
They've gone through
so he's sad and then he felt bad and he tried to make it better and he found out it was Spectre.
Yeah.
And then somehow or other, fucking Blofeld... arranged the whole thing. He's like, when your girlfriend died, I was behind all of the sadness in your life, James. I'm like, why didn't you kill him? You fuck. It's like, it makes no sense. It's like, he did everything. He set up all these things for the last 3 movies or whatever. It's like, just shoot him. Yeah. Because clearly you fucking hate him. You put him in a chair to cut his brain, whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want them to do that again. This whole, it's all connected and James knows and him and they're all fucking old family and just thinking about that film pissed me off. I forgot how shit that was.
Sounds like you want to do a rant on it. So, or not a rant, but a commentary rant.
It's just ruined Bond in a lot of ways.
Right.
It's like just go on it's like Mission Impossible. Just get a mission, finish the mission, move on.
There's nothing wrong with doing that. So it's okay if you link 1 or 2, but
that's what Casino Royale was in a lot of ways.
That was great. Yeah.
But then they made Casino Royale continue on.
It continued on with Quantum of Solace, didn't it? Yeah. So
Vesper's like killer and all. It's like, fuck, geez, just tell a fucking James Bond.
Yeah.
So if they're gonna give like, I don't know, because they're gonna have to kill the girl from the last one.
Who was it?
The French girl, Leah Seydoux.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Because now they're in love because he looked at her for 10 seconds. Whatever.
So she's going.
She has to die because you can't have Bond with a wife.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be shit. It's gonna be shit.
We know what's happening.
Yeah.
You've written it already.
Unless Christopher Nolan's directing it. That was a rumor.
Was it really?
It was.
Oh,
it was a rumor. It's still a rumor.
Okay.
But maybe he could do something with it. But he could do like a Batman Begins with it or something.
I think I read somewhere.
Start it again.
I think he wanted to reboot it, didn't he, or something?
Yeah.
So
which means new Batman or new
person.
There you go. So, Christian Bale. Christian Bale is Bond.
Boom. We said it. Said it
Idris,
here first.
I don't think Idris is going to do it.
I don't think he'll do it either.
Because I haven't seen it. I don't know. You haven't seen it. You don't watch movies. You hate movies.
No.
You hate fun.
I don't watch anything.
The Dark Tower came out.
Yes.
Got shat on.
I know.
And I know people. I'm cool. They're on Facebook. They're not my real friends. I don't have real friends. They like Stephen King. They've read those books.
Sure.
And they went seeing their posts like it's very disappointing.
Oh yeah.
And then like they said it's disappointing if you're a fan of the books, and it's a disappointing movie. It's just a bad movie.
Disappointing.
So
indeed.
like this idea of like trying to start a franchise.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Not happening. So in terms of like taking away from talent, and you just look at money, Idris's movie did not do well.
Right.
Are you going to risk sticking him in James Bond?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Following up with that,
like it's not like I know everyone's like, oh, you should get a black Bond or you should get a woman Bond. It's like no one gives a shit in Hollywood. They care about money.
Yeah.
Idris's last movie did not make money.
So yeah, you don't want to follow it up with a James Bond.
Whereas you look at,
I don't even think he'd do it anyway. No. I don't think he's interested. So.
What's her name? Charlize Theron, her new movie, Atomic Blonde.
Yeah,
heard that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But like she got that movie because her last big movie, Mad Max.
Yes,
made money. That's how it works. It's like just make money. No one gives a shit.
Should have badass in Prometheus as well.
And Prometheus,
Yeah, so that's basically the female, not Prometheus, but Atomic Blonde, the female version of
John Wick,
isn't it? So it looks pretty badass. So,
but I don't know what they're gonna do with Bond. I don't know if I don't want a female Bond just to have it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I hope they don't go down that route.
Because that, like, I know everyone's shooting, oh, we've got a girl Doctor Who. I don't give a fuck about that because I don't watch Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And even then, as far as I understand, the whole Doctor Who mythology is Doctor Who dies and then regenerates in a new body.
Yeah, so it could be whatever it wants. Yeah.
There's been 13 of them now.
Yeah.
So the Bond thing, though, is kind of, how are you going to do that? Like, how are you going to make a Bond a girl?
A girl, right.
Like, I can understand you kind of want to have, like, oh, there's some kick-ass women who could do it.
Sure.
But Bond is a guy. He's always been a guy.
I know.
He was written as a guy.
That's how it was written, yeah. So.
It's like when people say, oh, why is Marvel's all their heroes white guys? Like, because they were written by white guys in the 60s in New York.
Yeah.
They weren't written by black guys. And I get that. Like, I understand that. That's why there's no white guys, because there was no black guys or white women writing it. But at the same time, you're not going to help things by changing a character that's already what they are.
Yeah.
Because then it doesn't do anything for you, because you're not making a brand new character, which is why Black Panther's going to be awesome.
He was always written.
He's always going to be the king of Wakanda.
Yeah.
So you're going to have this character introduced, and everyone's going to, this is cool.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like, I can't believe they changed Captain America to a black guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's not. I know it's like a weird, touchy subject. Like, oh, we've got to have more representation. Yeah, I'm all for that because you get better characters, better movies, better talent. But making Bond a girl doesn't help. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't help anything.
Just because that's the thing to be doing.
Yeah.
It's like nah.
Because you'll never satisfy anybody.
Yeah.
Like
you'll let down like the fans and stuff like that. You know, more than gain fans. I think so. Because
Bond is a prick. He is. He goes around. He sleeps with women. Yeah. Generally, they die.
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna do that with a woman thing? Because then they'll be like, well, it's just Bond with no penis.
Sounds like Atomic Blonde.
Yeah, like that's the thing. You make a brand new movie. Make a brand. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. She got her own movie because that's the way to do it. Don't just remake what's already been done. I hate remakes. It's just lazy. It's so lazy. Reboots, remakes.
Yeah, but rebooting with someone like Idris would probably be okay. I don't know.
But the thing about Bond is he's never been cast from well-known. I think Idris is a little bit too well-known.
Yeah, because even Daniel Craig, he was in like Layer Cake and a couple of other films.
Yeah. But before that, it was Brosnan.
Yeah, he wasn't like that big, was he?
No, because it's like you don't want to cast Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, because everyone's like, why is Leonardo DiCaprio in this movie? Yeah, you want someone no one's heard of.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
So I don't think it would be any of the names that get thrown around. I don't think it'd be Tom Hiddleston or Idris Elba. It'll be like somebody blah blah blah.
Yeah, I kind of hope it is, to be honest, as well. Like he's been in a few films. We might have seen him as something in the back. Yeah, not as like a main actor, but it's like boom, now he's
get him. He's in. He's done.
Yeah.
You do an accent? Awesome. Perfect.
It's like Transporter, the film Transporter. I know that's not a huge film, but it used to be Jason Statham, and then they tried to get him for a couple more, but now it was the bad guy in Deadpool, British guy. He's now the Transporter. I can't remember his name now. No. But it's just like they wanted Statham, but then they got him, and hopefully he'll do a few more, But yeah, we know him, and we know him from like Deadpool and stuff, but we don't, he's not super popular. No. So, but yeah, good old James Bond. What else movie? Got some movie news?
No movie news.
I've got. Did you hear Disney parted ways from Netflix?
What? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, so Disney are going to have their own Netflix. They're going to have their own, and it's going to come into play 2019. So basically that means the Star Wars are going to be only on their own platform. But I think everything...
I don't want to pay for another damn platform.
That's where we're headed. We're headed with like, I've got my Disney subscription. I've got my Netflix subscription. I've got my HBO. I've got my
Disney
AMC,
are big enough they can get away with it.
I think that was a smart move.
Yeah.
One thing they're doing
but like the other ones we've heard of, like Stargate and stuff, you're like...
Oh, no, the web series. Because YouTube have bought Karate Kid. So they bought 10 episodes. 10 episodes. So you got YouTube Red now, which is another $10. Then you've got Netflix. Before you know it, it's going to be like $60, $70.
But it's the same as TV. It's like they can't all survive.
No, I know. You've got
when you buy a TV, like cable, whatever it is, $100 a month. Yeah. You're getting all 500 channels. Yeah. So HBO or not HBO, NBC, CBC. Yeah. But if that doesn't work in this model, because if I have to pay $10 YouTube, $10 Amazon, $10 HBO, $10, it's like I'm not paying $500 a month to watch 6 shows.
It's about having that engaging content. So like if HBO after Game of Thrones don't really have that many,
they're going to do the Game of Thrones prequels.
Well, they'll do that for the next 20 years if they can. But well, all I'm saying is like if you weren't interested in them, you can just cancel it at any time. Yeah. So they have to make sure the content's there. Like Netflix are losing Disney, so they'll have to fill it up with something else. Yeah. Netflix have got their big Will Smith show, haven't they?
Bright, the movie.
So they're spending, that's the most, $100 million on
$90 million, yeah.
So, they're trying to compete. Then you've got the HBOs of the Game of Thrones, you've got AMC's of The Walking Dead, but Walking Dead's kind of going down, so they're going to have to come up with another show. And so
that's the thing, like at least with Netflix, you're not reliant on Netflix's output.
Yeah,
because they're buying from so many
You've got other stuff as well.
But in terms of the model, the TV stations are definitely going to decline.
I think so, yeah.
Like it's going to turn into an online TV system.
I think it will be like, if you sign up for our TV package, you'll also get the online login as well with it or something.
Well, I mean, I said, Netflix are buying all the others. They'll buy like a show from Britain and and they'll show it in the US. Yeah, and they'll say it's a Netflix original. Right, they do that all the time.
Yeah.
But Netflix are making so much money that eventually that TV station they bought the show from are going to go out of business. Yeah, because people are like, why am I paying my TV license for ITV when I can just watch Netflix, which has the show anyway? So the thing is, it's going to get to the point where television networks are going to go right down, and then it's going to become online. But you can't create the same system that we had with TV. Like you can't have a TV license and you can't buy a cable package. Yeah. Because I buy all of these ones separate. Like all I'm saying is it's going to go back to where it was.
Yeah. No.
You're just going to have Disney buying Netflix, YouTube, Amazon, and then it'll all be in one place. Yeah. They can't all survive in the market.
No, I don't think they will. No. I do agree. Yeah, and you've got there's a PlayStation have this system called View, and it's basically they have like Netflix, HBO, and you can buy all the packages, but for discounted prices and stuff. So that's their way of trying to tackle it. So they're like, oh, we'll pay for like a package for you, and we'll get it at a discount. So then you can have HBO and you can have this.
Yeah.
But again, it's just gone full circle back to you're basically got one provider, and he's just giving you all the
like
the
it
channels.
might get to the point of you get charged per view or something.
Yeah,
like
possibly.
1 cent
possibly.
per view of whatever you're watching.
That's an interesting way. Or view time. It's
so like if they all get in bed together, it's like you can watch HBO or you can watch AMC or you can watch
it's like credits, or it's like viewpoints. It's like, you've got 2,000 credits a month, and that Game of Thrones is 5 credits an episode or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Because it will just go full circle.
Yeah.
Because that's just a natural supply and demand.
Yeah.
You can't have 10 subscriptions to 10 different networks.
People aren't going to play that. I think you'd have up to maybe like 3 or 4 at max. But even then, like here in Canada, you've got Crave TV, you've got Show Me that used to be around. Crave TV's Bell, Show Me that used to be around, Netflix, and then Sony have got Crackle. But that's
Crackle.
free actually. But yeah, I do know for a fact that there was hardly anyone out there that had Netflix, Show Me, and Crave TV, because first of all, that's $30 or $28 a month, and all their shows were overlapping with each other. So it's like, I can watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine on all 3 of them. I just, how can I save some money here and all that? So like you said, only a few can survive.
Yeah.
So
Disney will survive.
Disney will survive, but if they're charging $10 a month, and all I'm seeing on there is
Moana
the new Lion King and then some of the Star Wars. I don't know if it's going to keep me there. So
they'll have all their...
They'll have the kids stuff, I guess.
Disney
that'll
TV. That's what I mean.
Big,
like Disney's already got a TV network.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be...
And then they'll have Pixar, so they'll probably be like Toy Story 4 is coming out on this first, or only on this.
Yeah, Star Wars Rebels cartoon and all that.
Yeah. That's going to get interesting, because I know that Apple were getting into the TV market, but now they're very interested in creating their own content. So they bought Carpool Karaoke or whatever. That's so Apple own Carpool Karaoke.
From the show, the James Gordon thing?
They bought it. It's theirs now. So actually the new one came out with Will Smith a couple of days ago, and it's the first.
That's weird, because he's got a new movie coming out. I don't know if you've heard.
James
it's on
Gordon?
Netflix. No.
Oh, right.
Don't you understand how media works, Al?
It's
Come on, connections.
I didn't get that little joke there.
That.
But what we're trying to say is fuck them all, and we're just going to pirate it. So.
Yeah, fuck it. I know how to torrent. www.torrent.com.
Yeah.
I actually don't know if that's...
Actually, if you type in torrents into Google, they give you a nice little thumbnail of all the best torrent sites. It's just that's machine learning. Probably.
I saw one of those great fake news stories. It's like, real Game of Thrones fan says he's not going to watch today. Going to wait until tomorrow till there's a better torrent.
Yeah, that was the leak. Yeah, that's crazy, because the new Game of Thrones episode 4 got leaked ahead of time. I don't know if you knew about that, but it got leaked on Tuesday.
I've heard of it.
So then
I've heard of leaks.
I was on YouTube.
They're fake news.
I was on YouTube, this video platform.
What's YouTube?
It's just
a video platform, you say?
The Veal?
The video platform?
The Veal.
The Veal platform.
All types of veal on YouTube. And one of the scenes from that was trending. It was the Arya. Have you seen it, by the way?
Game of Thrones?
4? Yeah.
I've heard of it. Yeah, it's supposed to be good.
Yeah,
he wakes up in a hospital and then the world's taken over.
Yeah. Episode 4, have you seen?
There's 4 episodes. Man,
this
show is taken off. This is going to be a big one.
Yep, they're going
it's going to be a popular one.
They're going big with it. They're going big.
How would you explain Game of Thrones to someone who's never seen Game of Thrones?
Bloody hell, I don't know. Family problems.
Family problems.
Man, I don't know.
Where would you even start?
I don't know.
Okay, there's a guy named Ned.
Yeah.
And forget it.
Yeah.
Dragons. Watch it, there's dragons.
Dragons, medieval times, dragons, swords.
Yeah. So it's like King Arthur.
Midgets,
King Arthur.
Midget sex.
Midget sex.
That's what, like, every time... Because we just started 7 years ago, because we're on season 7.
Yeah.
So every time Leah would walk in the room, it would always be Tyrion in a fucking in a brothel, like every time in the first season. So she, like, the third time she walked in, she was just like, "No, seriously, are you watching midget porn?" I was just like, "It's Tyrion,
He's a little person. He's not a midget.
They're filming midgets." Great show, the Game of Thrones.
No, I saw the 4th one.
Yes.
Yeah. We were going to talk about it. So we're going to talk about it.
We're
the new Game of Thrones podcast.
Can for sure
because nobody in the world is talking about
I just wanted to talk
Thrones.
about the leak. There was a scene with Arya fighting your friend.
Brienne of Tarth.
Yes. I swear I've been getting better at the names. But yeah.
Once I'm in it, I get the names. But it's like we watched the first episode we watched was from last season. So we're about like, I don't know.
Who is this?
Jon Snow?
Is that Bran? Is that you, Bran?
But now I'm in it. Now I know. That's Brienne of Tarth. That's Euron Greyjoy. Yeah, I got it all now.
The last couple of episodes. What were you thinking?
I tell you what. Was it? Yeah, it was the 3rd episode.
Yeah.
They've hinted at my bloody idea, my theory.
Which one was that?
Jon said it, and he's kind of done it again.
Which one was that?
He's like, if we're all fighting,
yeah,
that Night King's going to come.
Yeah.
He's going to kill us all.
He's going to fucking kill us all.
That's what I want. I want it to end with the Night King on the ice throne.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's going to be lovely.
And then I'll be like, you shouldn't have been playing the Game of Thrones because you all died, you idiots.
There's
and he's done it again. He did it in this episode with he took her to the caves.
That's right. Yeah.
And he's like, look at the children. Look how they dance, the little children of Stonehenge.
Yeah.
And he's like, they're playing together, and they're fighting the Night Kings. That's what we have to do.
Those Night Kings.
She's not going to do it.
She's
not going to do it.
As soon as he walked around the corner and he was like, "I got something else to show you."
Yeah.
And then you saw the Night Kings. I was like, he just fucking drew those. He's got chalk. He's got chalk in his hand. And then you go around one more and it's him banging.
She just licks and like, no, it rubs off.
He goes around one more and it's him just banging Khaleesi. He's like, this was drawn as well.
It's not me, love. It's what we have to do it.
This was drawn thousands of years ago.
If we do it, they all die.
Yeah.
See, look at it.
Yeah, that's what happens.
That's what happens. Dragon glass and me banging you. That's how it goes.
I did get a reminder because you know that before all of this started, the world started. No, before the season 7 started, they had a trailer just to sum it all
I didn't
up.
watch it.
Okay. Well,
because we're useless.
There's a spoiler alert, but in that it does show basically. It doesn't show his face, but it very much looks like Jon Snow, and he's facing the army. Much, like remember when he was facing Bolton?
Yeah,
he was there with the sword, and they were all charging him.
Yeah,
it's basically a scene like that with the White Walkers. So it doesn't. We don't 100% know it's Jon Snow, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Sure it's Jon Snow.
So basically,
like he's
going to be all right. He's going to get that dragon glass, and there's going to be a massive battle, and it's going to be the end of this season.
Well, they're definitely building to it because that dragon one.
Yeah,
like people who have been shitting on about when are the dragons getting here.
Oh,
like
man.
the South Park thing.
Yeah.
When are the dragons getting here? They're coming.
Yeah,
they came.
How good was that?
That was one. I think that was better than the Battle of the Bastards.
It was up there for sure. Yeah.
Because I think it looked nicer. Some of the shots. I think the shot of Jon with the charge.
Yeah,
that's a great shot.
Yeah.
But the charge that bloody what's his name? Not Tyrion Lannister, the other Lannister, Jaime Lannister.
Yeah.
When he's on the horse through the water,
just,
I was like, that's an amazing. And then I saw the video of how they shot it.
Yeah.
On like the wire and everything.
Yeah, that's
like
right.
I get as excited about how they shoot it.
Yeah.
And they had like drones and everything for the dragon shots.
What do you think happened at the end there with Jaime? So he's gone down.
I think Bronn knocked him into the water.
Bronn knocked him off, and they're just sinking down. But
I think that's
dead.
That's what I mean about
they're
this season's definitely movie. So. It's like a movie.
Oh yeah.
Or it's more like a regular TV show.
Well, how quick?
Because in a real Game of Thrones world, he gets knocked in the water.
Yeah.
And then the dragon just bites him.
Yeah.
But in this, it's kind of like he'll fall in the water.
Yeah.
And he'll come up on the other side of the water or on the river or whatever. Yeah. And he'll be like, "Oh shit, that was shit."
I think he's captured though.
No, I think he's sued.
Oh really?
That's what I mean. Like I think it's kind of fake out of like him and his gold hand are falling to the bottom.
Interesting. I thought I think he might be captured.
It could be. That would be
grab him out of there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. So
well, if he's captured, then you got that whole thing with him, Tyrion.
Yeah.
And then how they have like they don't hate each other.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be like, just help me on this.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't help you.
That's
Cersei.
what I was thinking. Because they're clever with like if you look up season 7 episode 5, they show you kind of what's gonna
See, I don't do that. I like to see things as they happen.
Well, they don't. Well, they're clever with it because they don't show you, Jamie. They don't show you, so you don't really know.
Yeah.
So, but no, that dragon scene was awesome. Seeing the behind the scenes, like of Khaleesi on it, like she was on there, the whole green screen thing, like bang on, and then Arya, just that fight scene, like showing off her skills, just totally kicking ass there.
Well, the thing I didn't get, I was watching it, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then right at the end, I was like, oh, she's got that dagger.
Yeah,
Little finger's going to be like, I get that to your brother, you prick.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But the brother's just like, chaos is a ladder. And then he's like,
his mental case.
Oh man, he's a nutter. It's not.
But that's the thing, isn't it? That's one thing actually I was going to mention. Do you know the children of the woods, the children of the forest?
Those
makes no sense, right? Am I right? Like they haven't really fleshed that out.
What the heck? Where did
he was in a cave.
Where did
they killed Hodor.
Yeah.
And now he's like fucking Hannibal Lecter.
I know.
I'm like, there's a bit of a.
Did I fall asleep? But where did those tree fuckers come from? Like, where did they come from?
No, they came from like they went up past the wall. And I got that. And then they had the skeletons from like Jason and the Argonauts chasing them.
Yeah.
And then they ran under the tree.
Yeah.
And then in the roots of the tree was the guy.
Yeah.
I think it was Max von Sydow.
That's right.
And he's like the three-eyed raven.
The Hodor and all that lot.
And then that's all Hodor.
Yeah.
Then they get out and then they go back to the wall. But at some point, Bran has gone mental and now he's the three-eyed raven.
Yeah.
So
well, he's a three-eyed raven.
I remember what it was like.
As soon as that guy dies,
the new one has to come in.
Yeah. So that was basically it. But they didn't really. I mean, we haven't really seen a lot of Bran. Like, I don't think he was in. I don't even think he was in season
he's 4. He's not a character that I like, and I don't think they've done enough to make me give a shit that he's now a mental case.
Yeah.
And I get it. He's like, I remember what Bran was like.
Yeah.
Like, that's good.
Nah, he needs to control a friggin' dragon or something.
Exactly. Like you said, he's got to do something that makes him interesting. Because right now he's just like miserable prick.
And what about our
everybody's going to die,
our friend
you.
Bronn with the... there's Bran and there's Bronn.
Yeah.
Bronn, who I love.
Bronn is cool.
I thought he was a gunner. He was a gunner. So here's what I thought was going to happen. You know when he had the crossbow thing?
Yeah.
I thought Tyrion was going to come down and say like... And I was going to just stab him in the back and say, like, you can't kill my queen. I thought that would have been kind of cool. But I also like Bronn, so I'm glad he's still around. But
he's going to have to go soon, though.
He's going soon. He's going
played
soon.
His look out at this point.
Big time, yeah.
He might get killed on the next one.
He might get killed. Like, Jaime might...
They get captured. And
Jaime might be the one that's climbing over on the other side, but Bronn's captured or something, But it's going to be interesting because Bronn... And Tyrion, and then Tyrion's going to be like, oh, you should keep him alive, and then she's going to be like...
Well, this is the thing of it happened in that episode too with, what's her name? I can't even pronounce her name. I know her name, can't pronounce it. Melisandre, the red witch.
Yeah.
And she won't even go talk to Jon because
yeah.
Jon and the other fella will kill her.
Not on good talking terms.
He will definitely kill her.
Yeah.
He won't even wait.
Yeah.
But that's what happened again in this one is Jon bumps into Theon. He's like, the reason you're not dead. Yeah.
That was a good scene.
And
that
it's
was
just
tense.
We're getting to the point where all of these things are starting to weave together, which
Big time.
I don't think that would happen in the books.
Right, yeah.
Because a lot of the books is, you never get resolution. You never get satisfied.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's over. No, he's dead. No, he's gone.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't get that satisfaction of like, oh, we're going to feed Ramsay to his dogs. But the show's definitely gone down that route of like, we're going to set things up and then we're going to pay them off.
Yeah.
Which is good. Like, it's interesting. I'm still wanting to see where the books go when George Martin gets them out.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it would be as clean as it is.
It won't be. No, I don't think so. I mean, even just the little things.
And I know it's a different setup now. Like, Tyrion's not with Daenerys at this point or whatever.
Right. I mean, I like the way they're moving a lot quicker. And I know there's only 7 episodes because even when Jon says, "Oh, the Queen's not here," and then it cuts to her attacking, I'm like, they got there quickly. That would have been a whole episode at least.
Yeah, back in the day.
So
like
I'm not
6 weeks to get across the water.
I'm a little confused with the map, like what's going on, where people are.
That clockwork map doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, because I have a feeling next episode, or definitely the one after, White Walkers are going to be already in like Winterfell.
Yeah, and Jon's going to be riding his way up. Being like,
yeah.
No.
So, but man, it just gets you going. This Game of Thrones, like that last scene with the dragon, like you said. It's up there with Battle of the Bastards, and like we just couldn't stop. I didn't want to blink. I was just like, I haven't had a TV show like that for a long time.
There's a thing though that I can understand as a Game of Thrones. This is one little point was when Sam after he's healed Mormon, he doesn't get rewarded. Like the maester's like, well, what do you think? I was going to give you a reward?
Yeah.
You know, write all these manuscripts out.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're still dragging that shit out, like, in a 7-episode season.
Yeah.
It's like, Sam should really have gotten to the point of being like, oh, I know how to help John. Like, I know he said this is where the dragon glass is. But it's like, are you just building to the point where Sam gets killed now?
I know.
Because
He's just
seem to be a point.
He's a lingering character. Like, he needs to get out there with friend.
Because I thought what would happen at the very least is he saves Joe Momon.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Marlborough.
Yeah. He saves him, and then he says something about the dragons, or he says something about the walkers to him. Be like, if you ever bump into Lord Snow, tell him Sam says this.
Yeah.
And I didn't do any of that.
Yeah.
Like, Sam, that storyline for me is just really dragging.
I agree. Like, I thought he would be out that library, like an episode or two ago.
Even be a maester. Even be like, oh, here you go, read this book. Maybe you're right. Maybe there's a bunch of...
Grow some balls. Like, I grow some balls with the bloody taking the skin off, whatever. But after that, just be like, okay, now...
But that's the thing. It didn't go anywhere.
It didn't go anywhere.
It felt like a Game of Thrones thing that it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But in this kind of tight few episodes, it's a waste of time.
It's become the new Bran. So,
He's the new Bran.
No one cares about that storyline. But
I'm excited. New one.
Yep.
New one on Sunday.
I had to check it, and it was seven this season, and then next season 6.
The next one is the 5th one.
Yeah. So we're
that's
only
an
3
hour.
away.
And then the one after that's an hour 10. And then the one after that's an hour 20.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's getting ramping right up.
That's going to be good.
Until that Night King comes and kills them all.
Yeah. Well,
final episode this season. He's going to kill everybody, and they're going to say season 7 was a lie.
I was on IMDb and I was looking up the names of the episodes. I'm like, what are they going to give away? And they're only releasing them 1 week at a time. So next week's on Sundays is Eastwatch something. So.
Okay.
But
so
I was just wondering if the last
Night King,
So I was just wondering if the last one was like, John is dead. This is like giving it away.
Funeral for John.
Yeah, funeral for John. So, but super pumped to watch that
something like
every week.
The Last Stark.
Yeah,
that would be. Which one's the Last Stark? It's like Star Wars.
And
I don't know
brackets,
who's the Last Jedi.
Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much what I got on my movies list there. It's exciting times in all departments of tech, gaming, and movies.
Well, the last thing then I just wanted to mention was Dunkirk, which I've seen.
Yeah, man.
You haven't seen it. I can't really spoil it.
Yeah.
It's a true story.
Of course.
We know about it because it happened where we grew up. It was in our history books.
Yeah.
A lot of people might not know it here, so might be a spoiler.
I don't think a lot of people do know it, actually.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen the movie, you don't really want me to spoil it, move on.
Yeah,
I'm going to try not to, but
sure.
The story is pretty simple. It's the Dunkirk, not invasion, the escape.
Yeah.
There was hundreds of thousands of British soldiers trapped in France, and then the only way to get them out was to get all these civilian boats to come.
Sure.
And the reason they couldn't get the big destroyers to come is because they had the U-boats. Like, the Germans were just... And that's the thing about this movie is there's no Germans in it. It's like a horror movie. Like, they're just...
You don't see the enemy?
You see planes and you see bombers, but there's no soldiers. The opening scene is... Not to spoil it for anything, but it's the opening scene. Is like there's guys getting shot at, but you don't see them getting who's shooting at them.
That's a very interesting take. So.
And it's this brilliance. The film is brilliant.
Yeah,
but I can't recommend it.
Oh yeah,
like I love it because it's a film nerd's dream.
Right.
It's shot in 70mm.
Yeah.
It's all the planes are real planes. They're remade and they work properly. It's all authentic. They have thousands of extras. You know, Nolan doesn't do CGI.
Yeah.
And it's nearly all done with Hans Zimmer score. That's what I was telling you. Like the music in it is just the whole thing is like 90% sound,
right? But
no talking. There's a few little lines of dialogue. And it's just this kind of horror movie of just like tension building again and again. I'm like, this is amazing. I love it. I loved it.
Okay.
But I wouldn't recommend it because it's not a movie. Yeah. Okay. Like it's not a Saving Private Ryan of like action or like emotion. Yeah. Like there's not a lot of that. It's just like a lot of guys like looking shell shocked.
That's what I was hearing. And also the other thing that I didn't know is it's told from 3 different storylines. Yeah, it's a very kind of clever little system of 3 stories all converging at the same point. Yeah. So what happens
you know the Nolan way of like jumping time?
Kind of.
He kind of does that.
Okay.
In this. Like he kind of jumps from where he is like a few days before, a few days after.
Yeah.
But all of it comes together at the same moment.
Okay.
But it's 3 stories. It's Tom Hardy's pilot.
Yep.
It's one of the civilian ships.
Yeah.
Coming to rescue them.
Yeah.
And then it's...
Isn't it Scarecrow or something?
Scarecrow's on that. Yeah. Cillian Murphy's on that.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan loves working with him as well. And the other guy's on it. I can't remember his damn name. He won the Best Supporting Actor for Bridge of Spies. He's a good actor. He was in the BFG. He played the BFG.
Okay.
But he's in it, and it's his boat. And then the third story is just the main story everyone's seen, which is the kid on the beach trying to get off the damn beach.
Right.
And it's just so well done. Like, everything's in it. Like, it's everything I love as a movie of, like, it's all pictures.
Yeah.
Very little sound.
Yeah.
And it's just Christopher Nolan knows exactly what he's doing. And everything's framed beautifully. And you see it in IMAX.
Did you see it in IMAX?
Yeah, I saw it in IMAX.
Nice.
If you're going to watch it, you're going to watch it because you're a film nerd, watch it in IMAX.
Right, yeah.
Because the sound in it is so important.
Okay.
It's huge explosions and that ticking goddamn music. It just...
That was clever. Yeah.
But that's the music.
Nice.
And it's kind of like Hans Zimmer did it on... The Dark Knight.
Okay.
You know the Joker's theme where it just goes...
Yeah.
And it's that continuously getting up, but it never gets annoying.
Right.
It's like he did it on this where you have that tick, tick, tick.
Damn.
But you're just like, how is this not...
I could see those guys just getting in a room and just busting that out. And then, just like the way Hans does his music. And then Nolan's just like, I want it like this. A little bit like what you did on Dark Knight. But
I think a big thing though is like I'm a bit of a World War II historian. I love the films and books and all that.
Yeah.
So for me, the emotion came from like I understood it.
Right.
A little bit like I was connected to it in a lot of ways. Like,
yeah.
I know that war, like that war's affected my homeland and you're like
totally. Yeah.
So when I see the guys looking miserable, I'm like,
that gets
shitty.
you.
I get it. I get it immediately, but it doesn't really earn that kind of thing. Like nobody in it does anything where you're like, oh, that old champ.
Sure.
You know, there's none of that. There's no like. They start off and he learns how to be like a soldier and then he goes off and you feel for it. It's not like Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah.
There's none of that.
Okay.
Starts on bloody...
Do you think that a lot of people will be expecting that, or do you...
No,
that won't come out it won't come out as a negative? That it's not like, here's your start, middle and finish. Like I know it has that, but not in, building a character or...
Yeah, like it doesn't have any... It has a couple of moments of but no moments where you're like, woohoo.
Well, it's not like it's reviewing badly because of that. So
I think the only thing would be if you went in expecting a kind of Hacksaw Ridge.
I think I had I've had 3 reviews from it. Or not reviews, but just like kind of summaries. And 2 of them had the same problem with something in it. They said that when it was cutting between one of the storylines, they were confused because 2 of the guys kind of looked the same and they didn't know it was they didn't know that it was cutting to a different... They were like, we're on him. I thought we were just looking at him back there or something. So I heard that from 2 separate people.
I know the moment they're on about it.
And then the only other thing was I could tell when they were talking about it, I was like, how is it? Did you like it? I think both their initial reactions was, I was expecting like a Hacksaw Ridge, but it wasn't a negative for them. I just think they were like, I wasn't really sure what to expect, but I got this.
I think you're not going to expect, if you're expecting that kind of film, the action-y war, you're not getting it. Like I said, if it's anything, it's a thriller horror kind of thing of just like, this is awful. Yeah. And with everyone looking the same, I think that was kind of the point of like, of course, everyone looks the same.
Because it's like they're all wearing the same uniform. And
they're all just kids that are lost.
Yeah,
like they're 18, 19-year-old kids.
Yeah.
I think it was great.
There's one scene in the trailer. I'm just curious to see if there's more, or if that particular scene was awesome. Where you see them at the end. The water's coming in. And the camera kind of turns sideways or something.
Those scenes are horrible.
Yeah, that looked really good. Is there more than one scene like that? Then?
When the boats are flipping and stuff. Yeah. And you're watching, you're just like, oh god, that's awful.
Yeah,
because you can just feel like
you're
the
claustrophobic.
People died. Yeah,
claustrophobic. Yeah.
That's the other thing. Like when I watch a war movie, I'm very much aware it happened.
You want to,
Like even with Hacksaw Ridge, I'm like, that happened.
Yeah.
Like the thing that was the most effective for me watching Hacksaw Ridge was at the end when they had the interview with the actual Desmond Doss.
Oh, sure. Okay.
And I was like, this was a real guy.
Yeah.
Who actually it didn't happen exactly like that, but he went to war and he had to pick up his dead buddies and shit.
Yeah.
That's always what gets me. So with Dunkirk, I'm like, shit.
Yeah, you got to put yourself. I mean, the movie like that, especially if you see it in IMAX, really puts you in that situation. Yeah. I know they got some veterans to go and watch it, and they were like, "God, it's too real."
Yeah, so. And a lot of it has a lot of throwbacks to old war films, like the World War II films. Yeah. Oh, Charlie's coming in at 6 o'clock. Where the guys got the mask on and you can just see their eyes.
Tom Hardy not showing his face again.
Yeah, but that works. Like that's a throwback. And then the other thing, obviously, is it's all authentic.
Oh yeah.
They had, I think, a lot of the boats they use in the movie were boats that did the Dunkirk evacuation.
Oh, fantastic! That's really good.
Has it at the end, like special thanks to these boats and
the
stuff.
Actual boats.
And
nice.
It's like, it's just something else. It's very hard to say it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
I can see people not liking it.
Sure.
But I don't think anybody who didn't like it could say it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
Because it's so epic and so perfectly done that you got to watch it.
Yeah.
And if you're going to watch it, just go watch it in IMAX.
Go see it in IMAX or even the...
I know Nolan got a bit of stick because he's saying, Netflix isn't for theatrical. And he's right. Like, you go watch this in IMAX and you tell me there's anywhere else in the world that has an experience like that. It just doesn't happen.
Or 70mm, you can see it in
you can see
actual true how he filmed it. So that's awesome, man. I've just been busy, but it's definitely on the list. That one is above Planet of the Apes for me. So
I think I will see it. When you see Planet of the Apes, let me know. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
We should probably do we should have done it a week ago. We should have done a commentary for Planet of the Apes.
I know, yeah. So many plans.
We'll do the old one. We'll do the 60s one.
Yeah, we should do, yeah.
Oh, you like it.
I like that. I just grew up with that stuff. So loved
or we
it.
can watch the shitty Planet of the Apes 4, whatever.
Oh, the Mark Wahlberg one? Or
we were going to do that one. We were going to do the Mark
That was
Wahlberg.
the Rant one. Yeah. So that was the one where get me that spaceman doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
So we'll pull up that trailer. So
so that's it for this week.
Yeah, it's been a good one. Good little catch up there.
We'll be back to normal.
We'll be back and we'll be on episode 20.
Yes.
And then
2-0.
Up and onwards from there. But thanks for tuning in, guys, and stay tuned for our 15K giveaway.
Yeah, it's just a giveaway.
Yeah.
Contest. Not a contest, it's a giveaway.
Yeah.
You don't have to do bloody anything except make a comment. It's easy.
So easy. We're going to be commenting.
Yeah. So thanks for listening. Thanks for wearing your fingerless gloves.
Oh yes.
Everything.
there's always something that you pack up on. So, always a pleasure, and please come again.
Yeah. If you want to get in touch with us, it's at rantandbollocks@gmail.com, and then it's at rantandbollocks on Twitter, and it's rantandbollocks on Twitch too. If you want to start following us over there.
Hell yeah.
Al's playing usually every weekend.
Yeah. We're gonna try and do some every day, just getting crates, selling it on the black market. So
I was playing every weekend, and then by the end of this year we should be playing every week. We'll have like a regular gaming.
We'll be playing together,
exactly,
as a family. Respect.
So send us any questions or any films you want us to rant and commentate on.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Alios.